Hello again, Mr. Archie Stuff here. Now I've had a bit of a sort out and I've cleared this back workbench, and I'm thinking maybe I'll do a series of videos just talking about some of the stuff that I've acquired that I'd like to do projects on, but maybe initially we'll just have a little look at it. I'm going to start with this machine here, this portable gramophone, and I know it looks like a H&V 101, but it's not. And I don't buy portables as a rule, but I bought this one and I'll open it up and I'll show you why. Now this is a Celebro portable, and I found this in an antique shop and it was far too much money, and I wasn't going to buy it. And the reason I wasn't going to buy it was because initially I didn't realise it was a Celebro portable. I saw the sound box and the sound box says Celebro on it. And I recognised this sound box and I thought, oh, that's a funky sound box, and I do like sound boxes, but I'm not going to buy a whole portable at some inflated price just to get the sound box. And then I realised actually that the gramophone itself was a Celebro, and it was a complete set, and at which point I thought it's just too good an opportunity to miss, and so I picked it up. Now I've really not looked into this gramophone all that much. I mean, where shall we start? I suppose from a historical point of view, I found some information, so I'll just grab that now. So the only information that I've been able to find so far is a post that somebody very kindly put onto the Talking Machine forum. It basically says that it was a product of Celebro Limited, and which was registered in 1928 and taken over by Orcasol in 1931. I'm not sure I've got the pronunciation of that right. And the Celebro name was only registered in 1929, and the machine appears to be identical to the Orcasol machine, or Orcasol portable, apart from the front of the sound box and I think also the logo on the back. So there we are. That's the history. So it's a pretty rare machine by the sounds of it. It was only around for a few years. It was quite clearly, I think, designed as a H&V 101 competitor. So in terms of what have we actually got? So other than the sound box, it's a fairly standard machine. It's a Garrard. It's got a Garrard motor in it. It's got a Garrard winding handle here. This needle holder here. It's got a key, but this isn't the key for the machine. This is very much like a Columbia one, and this speed control here also looks an awful lot like a Garrard one, because basically underneath is a Garrard motor, and that's a Garrard auto stop there as well. So it's a very standard machine. This one has been fiddled with. I can see there is damage on pretty much all the screw heads. They're all damaged. So somebody's clearly had this apart. And let's shift this round here. There's something slightly funny going on with the strap. There's some marks underneath, which may indicate that the strap, or that it had a different strap originally. But this strap clearly has been on there a long time, and so if anything was done to the strap, it was done a long time ago. So the sound box itself does actually come off. I mean, it's got a sort of rubber ring here. I think this is referred to as a life belt. I'm not quite sure which bit is really the life belt, but anyway, I think it's missing a plate on the top and missing 3 springs, which would have gone from the hole to the plate. There's certainly evidence that those springs were there. There's also evidence, you can see inside there's a bit of carpet tape in there. So somebody's obviously tried to keep this on the tone arm a bit better. It is suffering a bit from swiveling or twisting. So what I'm going to try and do is actually attach that sound box a bit better, and then wind it up and actually play a record, and then I'll open it up and we can have a look inside and see what the motor looks like. Right, well the winding handle is actually really quite small and goes quite close to the table, so it's not the easiest thing to wind. And also the plate here, the escutcheon I think it's called, one of the screws is popping out and that won't screw in properly, so it clearly needs a little bit of work inside. Well, I think that's enough of that. It does actually play quite well, and it actually plays really loudly. I suppose I'm used to playing things with soft tone needles, and that's a medium tone needle admittedly, but I wasn't expecting this portable to be anything like as loud as that. So I've already taken the clip off the middle, and I'll just pull the motorboard up, or sorry, pull the platter off now. Now hopefully that will be enough to let me get it out. Right. Just going to empty the needle tray. There's actually quite a few of these rather funky flat spade needles. There's a few loose in the back of the machine, but clearly somebody was using them with this machine at some point. Oops, that's one on the floor. Find that one in a bit. So there we are. It's Garrard number 14. made in England. I mean, it's a decent enough motor, but nothing very inspiring. I mean, it's oiled. I mean, it's possibly over-oiled. I'm not sure if this one has a fibre gear or not. But if it does, then it's completely covered in oil. So, and it's really quite light, actually. And it looks like the rubber gasket there is actually disintegrated at some point, and the machine has been left on its side, I'm guessing, and is all sort of just fallen down to the bottom. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty much what I expected. No great surprises there. As far as the rest of the machine, just let's find somewhere to put that which is not going to damage anything. That probably will do. Well, that probably will do. Yeah, so there's something very funky going on with the escutcheon. It's actually there's a captive nut that's not captive anymore, and that's the problem. So that's easy enough to sort out. The horn is just a very simple affair. I mean, it's metal. That's about all I can say about that. There's a few pencil marks. Looks like there's a bit of padding in the front here. I don't know if that's visible, but I don't think that is visible. So here, there's some padding here. I dread to think what that's made of, but that's, I think, stopping the horn rattling around too much. There's no real sign anybody's been inside here and done anything much. And there's a few pencil marks on the back of the motorboard as well, but there's really nothing of any note. There's no dates, there's no signatures, there's no labels, there's no nothing, which is a shame. I'd hope there might be a little bit more inside. So that's the Celebro. As I said, condition's not too bad. I was a little dubious about the label there. I mean, it almost looks like it's been redone. Did make me wonder whether the machine had been recovered, but having had a look at the general state of the machine, there's no obvious sign it's been recovered. So I think somebody's just had a bash at cleaning around the Celebro label or Celebro transfer, probably not very well. The other thing actually was that there are some records that came with it, and I've just not looked at these records at all. So what I'm going to do now is just take the records out, close the lid down, and then just use the top of the machine as a table. So looking at the first one, which you can see through the hole in the record container, it doesn't look very interesting, I have to say. Our Sweet Mystery of Life, Nelson Eddy, baritone. I mean, an Indian love call. Oh, and there's a massive chip in it as well. I think I possibly even had this record and got rid of it. Yeah, that might turn into a test record. That's certainly of no value to me. There's a couple of sleeves. Oh yes, we've got a parlophone also. This is well, also with a big crack in it, or big cutout. Way Down Yonder in New Orleans, Freddie Randall and his band. At the Jazz Band Ball, also by Freddie Randall and his band. I mean, it might be worth listening to, but obviously with a big chip, it's sort of limited use. This one's got a crack in it. That's kind of handy actually, because I do mean to do a video where I repair cracks, and I realised I didn't really have much in the way of records that had cracks in them. Anyway, this is Down by the Old Mill Stream by Bill Johnson, and Galway Bay, also by Bill Johnson. That really is quite badly cracked, actually. That's definitely a test record for repairing. And this last one, well nibbled. This is That Old Black Magic Foxtrot by Glenn Miller and his orchestra. And At Last. I mean, good tracks, but not in that state. So test records, all test records. So there we are. That's the Celebro. The most interesting bit by far is the sound box, even though I'm pretty sure it's incomplete. I just like sound boxes, so bearing in mind it was a complete gramophone, I did end up buying it. But I will put a little bit of effort into this one and get it working nicely, because the motor seems fine, and it's a good loud gramophone. It's definitely one worth hanging on to. Okay, well that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.